9 quick tips to creating successful Instagram guides. Instagram guides are the latest feature created by Instagram. They were implemented so users could be able to create easy lists of their favorite posts. Instagram guides are a way to give recommendations and explanations on topics and collect all your posts around a particular theme in one easy-to-find place. This presentation will run you over some simple tips for creating successful Instagram guides. The first step is obviously to make them clear and concise. It is better to have less content if the alternative content is reiteration and re-explanation. Do not just ramble on for the sake of it. Have a relevant title, succinct headings, and appropriate descriptions, as well as making sure you're not cluttering it up by having too many posts. The second tip is to ensure that your guides are relevant to your content. You do not need to create new posts or avenues for your content in order to create a guide. First, you should use and expand on the content you already have. Collate similar posts into useful resources in a guide. Once you are more confident and familiar with the concepts, as well as familiarizing your audience with your new content type, begin to create posts with guides in mind. Not all posts have to be included in a guide. They can just provide. You will need to promote your guides. The easiest way to do this is to share it on your Instagram story. Your followers will see your story and be able to click through to your guide. Amend or add comments on some of your posts to direct your followers to the guide. If you're using someone else's posts and content, you may wish to inform or ask them first. While not essential, if the post is public, it is still a polite thing to do. You then may find yourself building partnerships and being promoted to new audiences. Including content from other reputable leaders is a great way to include yourself in a larger conversation and be viewed as trusted by the association. You also need to encourage your audience to share your guides. Getting your audience to promote your content is some of the best forms of marketing. It is the social media form of word of mouth. You also need to make sure that your guides will add value to your business. If you do not have that kind of relationship with your audience or already promote certain places, products, or posts, your audience may view your guides in a more skeptical manner. Back up the posts you already have. You do not necessarily need to create brand new content to use in a guide. You can use the posts you already have. Use guides to add further depth and detail to your brand and content. You will be able to expand and encourage your audience to engage with different content in different ways. You're able to go beyond surface-level posts and limited captions, but going deeper into different themes and concepts. Most of all, you need to have fun. If you are excited about and happy with your new content type, your audience will be too. So there you have it. Guides are simple to use, and by implementing these tips, you will be an expert in no time. They can add tremendous value to your brand authority and reputation, so determine how you can best maximize this. How to promote your content through Instagram guides. When a new feature is introduced, one of the first questions creators often ask themselves is, how can I make this work for me? This naturally is a very common and valid question. But once you have determined how it will work content-wise, you need to figure out how to promote it and which way is going to be the most effective path to do both. This guide will run into some of the ways that you can promote your own Instagram content through guides. A subtle way to promote your content is to create a guide that is mostly comprised of other users' posts, but sneak your own posts in too. This will not look like self-promotion, and it will also include your content amongst other popular, reputable, and valued creators. If you have a product that is available on the Instagram shop, you can create a product guide. In this, you can explain your product a little bit better, perhaps the manufacturing process, your inspiration, the benefits, why you chose certain elements, and why it is perfect for your audience. You can even create a behind-the-scenes guide or even in making, all in order to further highlight your product. If you are the owner of a small business that has a physical location that is available on Instagram, you should create a guide to this business. If you have a cafe, perhaps, you could explain elements of the menu or elaborate on your coffee making process. Depending on your audience, they will love this. It is also a great way to utilize user-generated content and share posts that other people have made of your location. You do not have to be the owner of a location to make a guide for it. You may even find it conducive to include a discount code or some other kind of incentive to encourage people to share your guide with others and then engage further with your product. For example, the tag of friends in comments or mention this guide for a free coffee. Friends who like to go to coffee together will share this post with their friends for incentive. Promoting your own content is as simple as including it in as many places as possible. Asking and encouraging other creators to include it in their guides too will be a good way to reach new portions of your audience. Instagram guides appear authoritative and reputable, so adding in your content will add to the power of your brand. Do not forget to check the analytics of your posts to determine how intentionally promoting your content impacts the levels of engagement. Whether you analyze likes, saves, or the follow-through likeliness of your content, there are a plethora of ways to promote your content through Instagram guides. How to use Instagram guides to create a brand. As any feature is introduced, marketers must determine how it can be an asset to their social media marketing strategy, and Instagram guides are no exception. Branding is a cornerstone of marketing, and it is more essential than ever on social media. This presentation will outline how Instagram guides can have many benefits, one of which is helping you build your personal brand more effectively. Your brand is, in essence, how your audience perceives you. You should make sure that you are perceived in the best possible light. You want your audience to trust and respect you, and to feel comfortable engaging and purchasing your products, or the ones you endorse. If your audience does not trust you or your content, they will not engage, and they will not translate into monetary value for your brand. This guide will show you how you can use Instagram guides to present your brand as authoritative and knowledgeable, and ensure that you stand out as an expert. The goals of branding, of course, are simple: raising brand awareness, gaining brand recognition, and finally, achieving brand loyalty. A simple way to create a brand is to create a uniform persona that you use on your account. This means that the personality that you use to post needs to be consistent and attractive to your audience and align with the content you're posting. Your content and your brand need to align. If they do not work together, then your audience will be confused and disengage. By using guides, you'll begin to stand out as a leader in your industry. By having the confidence to make recommendations, you are also influencing the markets. This is huge power. By creating a guide, and because guide, by definition, implies intelligence, strength, trust, and being a leader, you are creating a positive image for your brand. By creating guides, you are effectively guiding your audience's purchasing habits and online interactions. Use your brand to build power and results. Guides are also a great way to cement the personality of your brand. For example, if you tend to visit the same type of places, such as craft beer cafes or hipster coffee shops, or even secondhand stores or a certain type of high fashion, you can create guides into these topics. They can be particularly good to be location-based, for your local followers or those looking for a tourist guide into a certain area. As all good marketers know, having a brand is one of the best ways to portray yourself as a successful business. Ensure that your guides fit in with your brand and do not send mixed messages. Guides can be easy to integrate into your content strategy, and they can have great benefits for increased brand awareness, recognition, and loyalty.